Hello, welcome to the stream. I don't know if any of you have been following it, but already some of what Google's Gemini model has said that they can do, they can't do. Gemini just launched a new AI and has already admitted at least one demo wasn't real. I don't know about you, but I'm not surprised. Google has been trying to play catch up after spending years of holding back. I remember back in like 2014, 2015, they were asking questions like, would you let AI control your entire life? And I was like, yes, please. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're not there. Not there yet. I'm sure that they'll be there in 6 months' time, and chatgpt, OpenAI, and even Grok will be there as well, along with Amazon, AWS stuff, and there'll be multiple other ones from around the world. The Chinese models like Cine or Sine will be kicking ass by then, and it's inevitable. Oh, sorry, that answers my first question. Will AI get better? Yes, AI will get better. It will, that's my opinion. It has been, it will do. There's room for improvement, and there's things just coming down the pipeline all the time. There was an amazing feat by DeepMind this week, where they discovered 2.2 million new materials, and those materials were innovated by the DeepMind technology. So that is going to be a feedback loop of new tech coming from this new tech. Whether most of it is useless to us currently or would be useful to us in the future, it's something that is going to benefit us. At least it'll be researchers go, oh well, that's already been discovered, does these things, let's move on to something else. We're getting faster. So will GPU power increase? Yes. We have TPUs are at their infancy. NVIDIA is releasing the H200 soon, or has already. China will be investing in its own GPU stuff in the next year, more so than ever before, just to be able to keep up. The EU will eventually have enough laws in place and restrictions and guidelines, and then they'll end up being the primary legislator for all of this tech in the world, most likely. So, where's all the money going to go? What about the rest of us? Okay. Well, if it is all going to get better, and you have things like AutoGen, TaskWeaver, and whatever other future models come in, your coders are going, like programmers, software engineers, and whatever, are going to become less useful. You might only need to hire one software engineer who can now do the job of 4 or 5 of them previously. Currently, I already noticed this. I can do 2 or 3 times as much work than I used to do with AI than scrolling through the internet looking for answers and solutions. I can test many things super quickly. So how about managers? Managers are like TaskWeaver, AutoGen. You've seen ChatDev, communities of AIs working together, agents. This is going to reduce the need for managers. One manager will be able to do things a lot better, a lot more. What about CEOs? Well, we've already seen some companies remove CEOs and put in an AI. So now we have almost the whole hierarchy. But let's go down to other levels, more in intrinsic things, like stuff that we needed more so than anything during COVID, like hospital workers, farmers, transport people, police. You've seen the AI robots being built. They're going to be en masse. It'll start off with like next to none, and within a year you're only going to have 10 companies making 10,000 to 100,000 of them a year, and next thing you know, you're going to have millions and millions of robots everywhere doing stuff from picking up fruit off of trees, which is already there, stacking shelves, which is already there. Look at Amazon. There's even this gigantic factory over in the UK that organizes the packages on Tom Scott's channel for deliveries to people's houses. So that's all that's you need right now is a bit of debugging every once in a while. So it might need a human currently, and then a driver. And once that's solved, then where are the humans in the pipeline? Well, we have these wonderful group of geriatrics here, and these guys are supposedly meant to create the legislation and rules around whatever we're doing. I would say that most of these people in the picture here barely know how to do an email. And I'm not trying to be ageist here or anything like that, but have you seen some of the speeches that, or questions that these guys ask the tech leaders? So we also have things like Meta, which I think is going up in the favorability spectrum due to giving the public access to Llama and Llama 2 and segment anything model and a bunch of other things like that. But they have recently come up with the ability to read minds. Yeah, so we can now read minds. And is that technology going to improve? Will I go back to AI? Is it going to get better? Yes. Is the GPU power going to increase? Yes. So, well, I don't know what to say about that, except for we need a plan. So the plan this year was to slow down AI. Well, we are not slowing down AI. If anything, I think we are accelerating AI faster than ever, and we're supposed to have certain restrictions. Now, I do know that Amazon has been putting watermarks into its image creation tool that it's creating, and so that they'll be maybe more supported because they're actually obeying some of the rules of the government. Google will do that too. ChatGPT will do that. OpenAI will do that as well. Microsoft will do that eventually. Yeah, sure, they'll follow a bunch of these things, but they're definitely not slowing down. I know that a lot of what Elon Musk sounds like he's saying is fear mongering, and at the same time he's created Grok, and I know it's to like have freedom and stuff like that to do these kinds of things, but let's face it, it's going to get into the hands of bad actors, or it's just going to be absolutely insane to not want to use almost free software that you can run on your computer fairly cheaply and fast than it is to hire an engineer, especially one that can do the stuff that Gemini claims it can do, which, as I said earlier, it's already been shown that they lied. Felt bad for Google, having invented transformers and then ended up not taking advantage of it soon enough, and then looking like a bit of a fool sometimes when they start releasing stuff, because they've either done it too quickly or they're trying to catch up or whatever. But feeling bad for multi-millionaire stuff like that is like feeling bad for these guys and other world politicians. So, what is the solution? Well, Sam Altman has talked about using universal basic income. I don't believe that is totally feasible, because again, it requires guys like this to end up actually enabling that, and they're all about pull yourself up by your bootstraps, while they at a minimum have $1 million each in their bank accounts. I think there's like maybe one or two that don't. So universal basic income, I think that it could be done under one provisor. Everybody has to go and get an education, and it's going to be paid for because it's going to be cheap. It's going to be delivered by AI. Now, why do I think that? Well, as a society, we are going to become super reliant on AI. And as soon as we have one catastrophic event, like a solar flare that is powerful enough to take out a bunch of technology on Earth, we're going to need people to get that technology back up and running again. If everybody is reliant on AI and all the AI has been taken out, then we're not going to have that ability to get it up and running, and we're going to have a catastrophe. I don't know if you've seen the Foundation series yet. I read the book. I haven't seen season or the rest of season 1. I really want to, but it goes into kind of a similar idea. It's written by Isaac Asimov. The idea is that once you have a collapse, the galaxy in this case goes into a dark ages. Kind of like when the Roman Empire collapsed, we call it the Dark Ages after that because not much was happening, at least in Europe anyway. And it takes a long time to get back out of it. And the idea behind the Foundation series is to get us back up on running quickly. We can only do that if we have an educated workforce, and I say workforce because I don't think we'll actually be working. And I think we're going to need to get this sorted sooner rather than later, because by the time you get people like my age, 40, moving into retirement, and the new, say, my children, 4, 2, whatever, they once they start getting into their 20s and there's literally no jobs for them, and if they haven't got an education, can't do the math, don't know where resources come from and how to use them, and everything has been done by AI, and things have a collapse, we're doomed. So, or not, well, maybe not doomed. We'll be set back majorly, and it could go on for 1,000 years. I know that sounds. Oh, we need wipes for. Sorry, back in a second. My daughter needs wipes for her hands. Got chocolate all over them.
Not me. I'm not using my hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here you go, one.
my yoga. So let's go for mine.
Yeah. So, that's my opinion on the situation. I think that we are. It's a necessity for us to create an education environment that is intrinsic to our society. If we don't get to the point where those that can be educated are getting educated, and we're only left with people doing leisurely things or sports or singing or entertainment stuff, it will be like the Roman period of gladiators and stuff like that, and just like keep the people happy until one major catastrophe, like Attila the Hun coming in and wiping out the leadership or something like that. In this case, it'll be a solar flare, and that'll be our AI gone, and then we won't know what to do. And that could be 10, 20 years down the road. Like, you know, I don't know what to say. So yeah, I'm not surprised by the Gemini not having everything. I will be surprised if we are not seeing it do all the things that it says that it can do within 3 to 6 months, and I think that's super reliant on TPU power, GPU power, and any of the other things that power these AI bots. And they're also going to get more efficient. That's what the smaller models are for. It's going to get faster, more numerous. Like, you're going to be having your Nano on your phone, probably offered by either Samsung or Google, the Nano model, which is the smallest of the Gemini models. So yeah, you have Nano, Pro, and Ultra. So Nano will be, you know, I'll be walking around with this, it'll control my life or help guide me in my life, and then it'll be updating a Pro version somewhere, and that'll be updating the Ultra version somewhere, and this will be like the Borg collective in a sense. And once you take out the queen, just like in a hive full of bees, they don't know what to do, and eventually the nest dies off. We need to avoid that. And the only way we can do that is by not being drones, or not purely drones. And the only way we can do that is if we get these people over here in our respective countries to step into action right now and do something. Because, okay, look at it this way. You got Amazon, you got Google, you got, say, Apple, once they eventually get into this. You got chatgpt or OpenAI. They're primarily just American companies. I live in Australia, and if we start buying in all this software and all of our profit is being made, by these robots, we are sending all of that tax money abroad and paying for a bunch of things that we don't need. Or we're not making any money. No tax revenue from the people, because like the Googles and Microsofts and everything, they're all in Ireland, and then less taxes over there. Now I can go back to Ireland and make it work. Okay. Oh, you poor woman. You dropped it on your toe? Oh no, your phone. Okay. Come here. Okay, that's me, guys. Sorry. See you later.